Oh hey guys, it's Leon. Welcome back. I know it's been a minute since my last post, but my laptop ended up taking a dump and I refused to buy another one until I knew it was absolutely necessary. And I also went on a very long, extremely extended vacation that I do have some content for, but I don't want to spoil things too much. So if that kind of piques your interest, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe. We're over 100 subscribers now, so that was the big milestone I wanted to hear, and I did that quicker than I thought I would. So I'm happy for that. In the meantime, we're headed back to Ace and Vine in the Napa Valley because they actually let me film, so it makes my life super easy. I was trying to make this content for you guys. I do have a bunch of backlogged episodes from the long gap that I was gone for, so I'm excited to share that with you guys in the next upcoming weeks. So hopefully I'll get back to pumping these out on a weekly basis. Let's go. We head over to the feeder game and buy in for $3.50. The first hand we go over is 8-9 offsuit in the big blind. Under the gun's gonna limp, +2 is gonna raise to 8. I'm gonna call for only $5 more, and the under the gun player calls as well. We're headed 3 ways into the flop. Dude, I love playing 8-9 offsuit out of position, multi-way. So when the flop comes deuce, king, 8 with 2 diamonds, we obviously elect on a donk lead here. But because this isn't very big in terms of the pot, nor does it make any sense, I get both players to call. We're gonna need some serious help here. And do we get it with the ace of spades on the turn? Probably not, but let's donk lead for 15 bucks into 50. Under the gun player surprisingly folds here, and the +2 player is gonna call. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm gonna need help, which I get on the river with the 8 of clubs. Now we're betting for value instead of donk leading. So I bet 45, under the gun +2 is gonna tank and then eventually call, and we're gonna pay it off. So yeah, sometimes being a donkey works out. Shortly after we pick up pocket queens under the gun +2 position, we raise it to 20 bucks and get 3 callers. Jesus Christ, why couldn't someone 3-bet us? The flop comes ace-5, ace, rainbow, and I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. It's still pretty hard to flop trips. Not only that, but the ace does favor us. So when it's on us, we elect on a bet of $40. The low jack is gonna fold, as well as the button, and we get a single caller by Hunter the donkey. And we're heads up into the flop, and it comes a 5 of diamonds, and we're done with this hand. We check. Hunter's gonna check back, and we head into the river, which is a meaningless 10 of spades, and we check. He knows he's not getting any value from me on the river once I check, so he just goes ahead and checks it back, and he shows an ace, something, and he scoops. Third hand we go over is 5-6 of diamonds in the cutoff. It folds around to me, and I raise it up to $20 and get 3 callers. What the hell? We head 4 ways into the flop, and it is 3 deuce jack with 2 hearts. So this does not favor me at all. So nope, I check, and so does everyone else. The turn comes a 6 of spades, giving us second pair. So the under the gun player is going to bet out 25. We quickly call, and then the button is going to raise to 75. Could he really have 4-5 here? It's definitely a possibility, or we're behind any jack as well. So the under the gun player is gonna fold, and I think our hands are pretty cupped at this moment, and we decide on a fold as well. Player goes ahead and turns over 6-3 offsuit. So yeah, nice hand, nice 2 pair. We add on for 100 bucks more and are in for 450. With the next hand we go over is 8-10 offsuit in the big line. Under the gun limps for 3, +1 raises it to 10, and then it folds around to me, and what the hell, I'll call this trash hand for another 7 bucks. Under the gun is gonna call as well, and we're going 3 ways into the flop. Flop comes 7-9-10 with 2 clubs. I have top pair with a open-ended straight draw. I bet 15, and under the gun is quickly gonna call. +1 folds, and we're headed heads up into the turn. The turn is the 8 of diamonds, putting 2 flush draws out there, as well as a 4-liner to the straight. So we picked up 2 pair, but we absolutely hate our hand and the board. So we both check here, and the river comes the 4 of diamonds. We go out for a $25 blocker bet, expecting to fold at any raise, and instead he just calls. We show our hand, and he shows his. We scoop, and he shows 9-4 of clubs for an even worse 2-pair. Next hand we pick up is 3-5 of diamonds in the hijack. Under the gun makes it 10, and for that price, we decided on a call, and so do 3 others. So we had 5 ways into the flop. The flop is pretty gin, I'd say. It's 6-7 deuce with 2 diamonds, giving us a straight flush draw. Big blind bets out $25. Under the gun is going to call, and we're going to call as well. Looking back, this should probably be a raise because, I mean, even though I am drawn to the super nuts, generally 5 high is not going to take it down unless I am lucky enough to be able to hit my draw, which I don't have to worry about when the turn comes out and it's the 8 of diamonds. The small blind and the big blind both check to me, under the gun as well, and I am ready to build this pot up. I bet out $55 and get a single caller in the small blind. We're heads up into the river, and it's the worst card. It's the 10 of diamonds. Small blind checks, and we're sitting here with the 5 high flush, and we immediately check back. He turns over his hand, and he turned a set of 8s, so we probably got maximum value once there was a 4-liner out there. It's way too thin to bet out and get another street, so we're happy, and we'll take it down. And next, we pick up King 7 of spades in the big blind. There are 4 limpers before I get an option, and I don't want to limp, so I raise this up to $20 and only get 1 caller. So we're in a much more manageable position. Heads up into the flop, and it's King 10-6. We have top pair and crap kicker. I lead out for 25, and the button calls again. So we see the turn, which is the Queen of clubs, which doesn't change too much because we would have got 3-bet by King Queen, and Queen 10 would have probably bet itself, as well as Ace Jack. So I bet out $30, and the button is going to call. The river is a wonderful 7 of clubs, giving us 2 pair. I bet out $55 and am going to get re-raised to $155. Does this man really have Ace Jack? Oh, I snap call, and it's not Ace Jack we have to be worried about. It's 8-9 for the turn straight. Nice hand. Next one is a pretty one. We pick up Ace Deuce of hearts in the small blind. There's a button straddle for 6, so I raise it up to 25, and only the button ends up calling. We're heads up into the flop, and it comes 9 ace ace. We flop trips, and to me it feels like we got the board pretty much locked up. So I decide on a sizing of only 15, and the button is quickly gonna call. The turn is a 9 of clubs, giving us top boat. We bet out $30, and the button is gonna call again. So hopefully he's got a piece of something. The final card is a 6 of diamonds, which is pretty meaningless at this point. We got top boat, effectively the nuts. So we bet out 125, and the button's gonna raise all in. We snap call, and he shows Ace Deuce, and I have Ace Deuce. So we just wasted everyone's time, including yours, for showing you this stupid hand. Yeah, we're gonna chop it up, and GG's. On to the next one. We are finally moving over to the main game, and the first hand we go over here is Ace 5 of diamonds on the button. +2 raises to 20 and gets 2 callers, which we like our hand here and our position, so we're going to 3-bet it to 85. They all call, and this is probably the only sizing we could have done other than jam all in pre-flop, which I wouldn't hate that play either, but this is it. So we're going 5 ways into the flop here, and we get rewarded with probably the best flop I could ask for. It's Ace 5-7. We pretty much flopped it. Everyone checks to me, and there's been a bunch of bleeding I've done without like showing you guys. So I have 1 move left here. It's all in, and they are all gonna fold, and we scoop a nice pot to get completely unstuck. So I'm happy with just taking it down there, to be honest. This hand I actually misplayed the worst out of this session, and it actually kind of is still making me angry even looking back at this tape. I have Ace 8 offsuit in the big blind, +1 bets 15, hijack calls. I'm already in for $3, so I call 2. The flop comes 7-8-5 rainbow. I check, under the gun, +1 is gonna bet 15, and the hijack is gonna call. Honestly, this is where I'm booting myself. I should have check raised this to something like $60 or something like that. But no, I just flat call, and you're gonna see me pay for it. The turn is the Queen of Hearts. I check. Under the gun +1 is gonna check, as well as the hijack player. So we're heading into the river, and the river is the 10 of clubs. So we're sitting here with third pair now, which I probably could have won this if I check raise this on the flop. So we bet out $35 for God knows what reasons. We had showdown value. We could have just checked it down. +1's gonna fold, and hijack calls, and he banked it on the river. He caught a 10. What the hell was I doing? Oh god, this one still makes me mad. The 10th and final hand we go over is Dos Yigiris on the button. Under the gun makes it 15 and gets 2 callers. I 3-bet to 75. It's gonna fold around back to the under the gun player, who was the original raiser, and he's gonna go all in for 160. It folds back around to me, and I decide since it's not too much more, I'm gonna call this off. So we're gonna be headed to a run out. Heads up. The flop comes Queen 7-5 rainbow. Turn is a deuce of spades, and river is a 6 of spades. Player under the gun is going to show pocket 3s for, I don't know, a pair maybe. I'm assuming he thought I had overs. So we're going to scoop this and rack up shortly afterwards, because it's about 4 a.m. and the game breaks. We played for roughly 5 hours, bought in for $450, and walked away with $430. Because we did a little just check down at the very end. It was pretty rough. It was a pretty up and down session. What did I say? I caught aces. I think we're the big hand. Didn't make any money off them. What else? What else did I get? It's honestly not a very memorable session. There was a couple spots where I probably could have made a little bit more value. Again, still working on that. And then I did get a lucky all-in where I jammed with ace-5. That's probably the biggest hand of the session. Then I ripped it for like 80 and then just all in on the flop. That was probably the one that got me unstuck and was favorable. So overall, I'm happy. Didn't lose. This episode was kind of misleading. Even when I was editing the video, I was like, how do I not have more money in front of me? The problem, what happened was I would just be out of position with decent hands, end up raising pre-flop, going multi-ways, totally brick the flop, and I'm not really trying to take a stab. So a lot of those I would just check fold and then just end up bleeding. But thanks for staying subscribed in the almost 2 months since I posted a video. A few of the circumstances were out of my control. Like I said, just my laptop went to crap. And I said I went on vacation. My little sister got married. Don't want to say where, because like I said, it'd be spoilers. If you follow any of my other socials, you might have like a rough idea though. So I'm excited to pump out that content for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it a lot. Go ahead and like and subscribe if that's something that kind of piques your interest. That'd be great. I appreciate it a lot. I already have over 100 subscribers, which, like I said, I'm super excited for. Didn't think that would happen, honestly. In the meantime, good luck at the tables for the beast.